Hey, welcome back to Live for Dead Garage. Before it gets hot, I'm gonna see if I can knock out this transmission cross member on the 54 truck because my oven has arrived. Could probably cure beef jerky from the rafters about noon because it gets hot in here. So it's about 7:30, July 4th. Let's see if we can't knock this out right quick. Got fans on. Hopefully it doesn't create too much racket. Oh, the shop. Yep. Got most of the walls. Still got to do the big hole down there. Got this side. Never done windows and doors before, and I hope I never do. But I would like to add another door on that side. But not my thing. I got about a 5-minute window of irritation with that kind of stuff, and I'm ready to burn the place down. Unlike cars, I can fiddle with putting that bolt in for an hour and, you know, before I try to lose my mind. But anyway, so what we got here, I'm gonna put the transmission cross member in. We got the motor mounts in the last video. Everything's set and trimmed other than just a little bit around that header up there. Let me show you what we're gonna be working with here. This is Speedway Universal cross member. 2-inch drop tubular transmount. Right there is the part number. He also got, and the way this thing works, comes with these little 3-bolt flanges, and they fit perfectly over this tubing. So you can trim the tubing where you want it, weld the flanges, and then bolt it up. In this case, it's a little bit more to it than that. He also got this G-force adjustable transmission mount. This thing is pretty sweet. So you can flip it and get adjustment, and it's got serrations kind of in there, and you can slide that thing back and forth for like a couple inches of adjustment. That thing's pretty nice. So we got this guy, and it'll bolt to the trans just like that, or bolt to the cross member, and this goes to the trans. So under here, like I said, that thing you cut the fit. But all right, so let me show you what we got going on. So got to bridge the gap, obviously, for the cross member. Transmission is pretty well centered. I went off, you know what I mean? You can only trust these rails so much, I feel like. So it's a 17 1/4, I believe, from side to the center of that output shaft. Let's see if I can get it to sit in here enough. So you can put the cross member wherever you want it, right? I can flip it around, do whatever. With this awesome mount that he bought, it's so adjustable. I'm glad they didn't fall on my head. That I can slide it back however I want it, forward, whatnot. So we can get it back into this flat section as much as possible. This side not as big a deal as trying to fight with if it landed right here. Then you're in a radius. So you're on an angle and a radius. Here's the radius. You get what I'm saying, I guess. But anyway, I'm gonna try to mock this thing up, get an idea how far I can slide it back and it doesn't look janky or anything. Make sure it's as good as I can possibly do it. And we'll see what we can come up with. Gotta round me up some transmission mount bolts. Oh, wait a minute, I did get them. I already forgot. Gotta round me up some transmission bolts for the actual mount. We'll see where it lands. Hopefully it doesn't fight us too bad because I'm ready to get out of this oven already. All right, I got me some plate here. It's 1/8 inch. Should be absolutely plenty enough for to mount that little 3-bar deal, or that 3-hole flange. Weld this to the frame on mostly 3 sides because you got that fish mouth looking deal on that one in that one area. So went 5 1/4. I'm sorry, 5 1/4 will be my vertical, and then this is roughly 6 inches, so just where it falls is where it falls on that. So I'm gonna use this as a cheater for my plasma cutter as my guide. Got a drag tip, so I just kind of hold off about 1/2 inch, and gives me a pretty straight edge, so kind of cheat the system there. than me holding it at an angle. But we can clean that up with the flap wheel. All right, I'm gonna use that one. We'll lay out another one, cut it.
Competition Products, your source for hardcore engine parts for street, strip, and oval track. Our free catalog is packed with hundreds of product lines from the best-known manufacturers in the performance industry. Lowest prices guaranteed. Free shipping and handling on all orders over $149 in the continental U.S. Need expert advice? Our knowledgeable staff is just a phone call away. Competition Product, race parts sold by racers since 1970.
Whew, it's hot. I got 3 shirts on. Kind of sucks, but I don't want to burn holes in my shirt, so I got to wear this here welding jacket. Let me show you what I did. So, you know that fish plate, that thing right there, it had the kind of like a dimple die going on. Well, when I did Chris's, I welded the plates and then realized my bolt holes was going to go through that dimple die, we'll call it. So it was at an angle, so I had to crank down real hard and kind of pull it back flat. Didn't like it, couldn't see it. Didn't really matter, I don't guess. Once you could get the bolts in, it was fine. This one I wanted to do something different. I almost cut it out of there, but I was like, you know what, let's just leave it. So what I did was, as you can see, move this ground clamp. I sliced it several places. And then I took an adjustable wrench. I am losing stuff. Do you see the adjustable wrench anywhere? I don't see it either. I don't feel like I've carried it off. Oh, here it is. And I just got right there where it started to bend, the factory bend, and I just kept working it until it was pretty well flat. Now you'll have to relief cut these 3 for sure as you go, because you can see where it's closed up. Right there. So, and then what I did is I went back and I just welded the slices up. We'll clean it up, and it sits pretty flat. Like there's not a whole lot of rock going on there. So. And then this line designates where I kind of wanted everything. And then we'll tack it, check it. This will actually be on the radius, so I'll tack like here, 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 and here. And then we'll hammer this over, weld that. Weld along the top, weld along the bottom. Same way with that side right there. So that's where I'm at. Let me get this other side welded, and I'll put the cross member back in there and try to get it as level as I can. I'm leveling everything off this cross member with the digital angle gauge. So I just put it here and zero it, and then I work my cross member in. So let me get this welded, and we'll stick all that back in there and see what we can do. All right, it's bolted in there. It's not welded in there, but still got to weld the flange and around this stuff here. Transmission is left to right, good. It's a degree different from the tail shaft to the pinion, but the carburetor flange was level. Now some say 3 degrees tilt on the carburetor flange, but that Edelbrock intake has a degree milled into the carburetor plate or the deck or whatever you want to call it. So if you did that, it would be like way tilted back. So you kind of want that. My opinion, might be wrong. I want that level, and then I set my degree on my output. So we're close enough. Well, if I had to, I could always shim up the trans or put axle shims in the lowering blocks. Actually, those leaf springs actually got to come out anyway, because he found a killer deal on a set of Marketplace Beltec springs, I believe is what they are. But anyway, oh, there's my socket. I'll be looking for that. So I stayed about midway on the mount. I didn't want to hang, you know, way too far left or right. That was pretty close, but it is what it is. It seems like I probably got a lot more over here than I needed, but I don't know. I just like the way it looks better. I guess you could always kind of draw it out and fish mouth it and make it look like nothing really ever happened, but it's whatever. I leveled off of this and made these level. The cross member is within let's see if I can do it again here. So the cross member is within a 1/10 of a degree, I guess is what you'd say. So pretty close left to right. So I'm gonna tack the tube to the flange in a couple spots and then pull it back out of the way. Actually tack it in a few spots, and then I'm gonna weld this plate up, leave that in there. Maybe it'll keep it from, you know, being wonky or whatever. It's pretty snug going in. Then we'll pull the cross member back out, weld all the way around it, and then I've actually beveled the inside here where you can't see it, but I'm gonna put some on the face too, just to make sure. So I'm gonna do a little welding. Hopefully it looks good. Doesn't look like a turkey flew by and took a crap on it. But I'll do my best. So let's see what I can get done. I just remembered Michael gave me a light for my welding hood here, but I've yet to install it. There we go. It there at the end. I couldn't tell where I was at. That could probably look better. All right, this front one is a little close to the flange, and it would be nice if I just set the transmission down and got, or this jack assembly down and got it out of the way. I hope you can see some of this. Keep in mind, I'm not a welder. I just own a welder, so you know how that goes. Let's see if I can do this without screwing this. Let me get a little more wire speed here. That might help this underneath situation. What happened? Did I just stick a wire? Well, I'll be dang. I ain't done that in a long time. There we go. Got her sorted out now. Got a booger in the nozzle. And I believe that front side, since that little 3-bolt flange hangs off, I may just tack it and then weld this without the bar, without the cross member in there. This left side's a little, got just a tad more room, but that's cutting it close for me. So let's try this again. Oh, I can't see diddly. I think that'll do. Like I said, I'm no welder. The bottom don't look too great, and there'll be some like professional comments on, like, the bottom don't look too great, and if you posted that on Facebook, there'll be people whining about undercut and whatnot, but I don't know. It looks all right. All right, let me do the other side. All right, well, I believe that'll wrap it up. I'll show you what we got here. Got it painted. I kind of hand printed it up, putting it in there, but got our plates in, got our bar welded all the way around to the little flange there, bolted in. Transmission's real close to center. What else we got going on? I talked about the angle and all that fun stuff. So I believe that'll wrap it up for this video. We'll just try to, each video I'm just going to try to do one thing, one item. That way I can keep it rolling and try not to have long videos, because it's tough to edit and probably not too fun to watch. So it works out better for the both of us. Quicker and educational. Alrighty. So with that being said, thanks for watching Left 4 Dead Garage. We'll see on the next one. What that next one is, I don't know. Could be a ramp truck. Could be this thing. It could be that thing out there, but not that thing just yet. That thing first, then that thing. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.